Quantum shifting is easy, and this is how you're gonna do it. Welcome to day 2. Catch day 1 over here. Yesterday I taught you about force, which changes the speed, direction, and size of an object, or energy, frequency, and vibration. Today we're gonna be talking about density, boo. Density is all about space. So the more space something has, the less dense it is. The less space something has, the more dense it is. Space is actually tied to your 8th chakra. You know that halo that floats above your head? That is actually connected to not only to space, but time and infinity itself. When something is really dense in your reality, it's one of those things you can't move, like the density of believing that you're never gonna make it. When something has more space, so it's not as dense, it's one of those things that's really easy for you to believe in, like I'm super lucky. The manifestations that come to you easily every day are the manifestations that have less density in them. But this also has like a flip side to it. There's something called the law of life. And in reality, there's the laws of life. Laws of life are these conditions that always happen to you no matter where you go. So one of them for me is every time I'm super happy, a lot of money just ends up manifesting out of nowhere. This isn't a manifestation that I'm trying to create, it's just part of my anatomy, and that part of my anatomy is dense. That's why every time I get super happy, it happens over and over and over again. It is a law that is dense in my reality, and it's a must. Versus when I'm energy healing, I don't allow the density of another person's limitations to take up space in my reality. I cause space in other people's density. And you see how that's like a give and take? You can't just automatically think that density is bad because it can actually work to your favor. Just like you can't fall into the trap that expanding is actually going to create laws of reality that work for you without your participation. You are engineering reality. You're not just randomly taking stabs at it. So being a creator and an architect of your reality uses a little bit of intelligence. Design things that last, not just things for the moment. So stop right now and think about something that's limiting you. Take a deep breath, think about that limit, and notice how it starts kind of like compressing and coming together. It's almost like you're starting to feel like a negative emotion associated to it. That's because it's becoming dense. Now, sitting with that same energy, allow yourself to be like, you know what? I don't have to have it in my body. And you're going to notice that it starts leaving and elevating itself. Okay, well, this is only right here for a little while, not forever. You're going to feel it push even further out. What if I'm only in this space for a second? And you're letting the density go. That's how it works. Do it again if you have to. Okay, now think about something that you really believe in. Just be with that energy for a second. As you feel that thing that you believe in, the reason why it's coming to you and it feels solid is because it has density. It has less space. I cannot really manipulate it unless I add space to the equation. Somebody who knows how to manipulate black magic will take this density that you have and add space to it so it's not as real or as solid in your reality, and it's no longer a law. That's when you're going to start having all the doubts, and you're going to start seeing it fail, and then you're going to start questioning whether or not this has ever worked in the first place. Now, if you still think about this frequency of this law that you know works for you, and you take a second and you say, hey, I want it to ascend. I want it to upgrade. I want it to become something even better than what I'm used to right now. You're going to feel it start expanding. It has to expand to upgrade, and then it's going to become dense again, which is a law. You get it? That's literally it. You just have to practice this every day, and you're going to eventually end up seeing something manifest for you easier and easier and easier. This is literally over 20 years of practice in a mini-series. So like and follow. Force lets you move and change things, where density allows you to make things stop and gridlock themselves. Since everything comes from the quantum field, you can apply these two principles on everything, from black magic to light magic to quantum healing to quantum jumping to just like working on your subconscious mind in general. I promise you, these are the core fundamentals of any technique that you're going to learn in the spiritual realm. And if you want to hack reality even faster, get the Antojai tarot then. Links are going to be in the descriptions below. Hey, sending you all the love. Antojai.